What's going on, guys? My name is Mean Toasties. Welcome to the channel. Alright, what's up everyone? Glad you could join me. Today we continue our grind to S rank. So if you saw the last video, you know I was close to getting to a 28. Unfortunately, the first game I was playing I got disconnected from, which probably caused me to lose a little bit of rank, but hopefully a win today, this first game, or I guess second game, should get us enough to get to a 28. So you saw that first shot, a little closer to the tree than I wanted. The wind kind of threw me for a loop, but luckily the wind can just put me back into the fairway if I just aim at these trees, because it's just going to blow me to the right. And so as I hit this, I want to ask you guys, how was your day? Leave in the comments, how's your day? You know, like and subscribe to the video. You know, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Don't like and subscribe to the video. That's not really possible, is it? Anyways, here we go with our third shot. Right, we got a little bit of a good setup. This is kind of what I was going for. A little bit on the left, because then I can just kind of go aim a little bit to the left and it'll push right with the wind. I want to go 3 with some backspin here. Unfortunately, when I hit this, it went a little left. Yeah, just unfortunate. It didn't really ruin anything. It just was barely to the left. And with the wind, it kind of just pushed it back to the right. But I was hoping to... I think if it didn't curve at all, I think I might have gotten it in the hole. But, you know, luckily it's still just a very simple birdie, 2-3 feet away. We put it in, and you know, 10 points our way. Alright, well, hole complete. Looks like, yeah, like I said, we got our 10 points. Looks like one person got 14 and 2 people got 7. Everyone else was at 10, so luckily we're kind of right in the middle, but also near the top, because it's the middle at the top. So moving to the second hole, I see this hole and I'm pissed off, because I'm not a huge fan of this hole. Having to go over these trees with the second shot can be very annoying if I don't hit this first shot correctly. Sometimes I don't hit far enough, sometimes it goes too far. We got a lot of wind in our face. Luckily I can kind of just go almost full power and it'll put us in a good spot. So I do that. Alright, I hit this full power shot and I get actually to a place I don't mind being. We're far enough from where we can get over all the trees without really hitting them. And we got this wind, so maybe we can kind of go for a full power shot. And I'm trying to decide between a 3-iron and a spoon, and I decide to go with the 3-iron to go over everything. I want to go full power with backspin at it, but when I hit it, I red bar and it goes left. Luckily, I'm still am on the green, but my hate for this hole grows even stronger after this, because the putting only got worse from here. The putting was absolutely bad today. I think I was maybe blocking the connection between my controller and my switch. I think there was maybe some interference. I wasn't getting the right numbers I wanted. I wanted 1.5, closer to 2. And when I went to hit it, I choked. A 1. Are you kidding me? I practiced 1.5 10 times in a row. Then when I go for it, I hit a 1. What? And it doesn't stop there. I'm like, okay, easy 1, tap her in. A little on the right, because it'll just fall in a little bit. But no, I just have to make it harder for myself. Under it again. So now this is a bogey. A bogey shot. I am fuming. Luckily, and I was a little bit annoyed because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna freaking be out. But to my surprise, everyone else did kind of bad on it too. We got some other 5s, some 7s, no birdies on this hole. And, so luckily I'm still in it. I get into the semifinals, there's a chance to bounce back. We're going to just keep trying to hit every shot, one shot at a time. So yeah, I finally got a microphone. I had to use the little text robot last time, but today I do have a microphone, luckily. Um, so yeah, hopefully if I make more videos, or when I make more videos, I'll have my voice. So here we get to this third hole. What I'm trying to do is hit this left tree. I do kind of mess it up a little bit, and I end up going right between them. Just like, I literally hit a perfect shot that I did not want to hit, because I wanted to hit the tree, because my strategy there is to get on that fairway between the two trees, and then be able to hit between this pine tree and this like oak tree, and go over them, and like, but now I have to figure out some way to like still get on the green. Luckily I know like spoons and the drivers don't go as high, so I use a spoon here. I hit it with decent power, and it actually turns out pretty well. I get around the tree and I get to about 10 feet from the hole. So, go me, right? Yeah, so now I'm just looking to chip this in. I mean, I'm really close, and I really like chipping. I'm pretty good. I think I'm okay at chipping from here, and I just go a little bit to the right because I can see that the wind and the hill is pushing it a little left, and I get it in. Chip in birdie, a really nice way to kind of push myself up this leaderboard. So we see at the end of this hole here where I get my 10 points, and kind of actually pushes me up this leaderboard because a couple of the other people were not getting the same 10 points that I was getting. So, shot myself up to a second place. W's, am I right? And so now moving on to the second semifinal hole. I can already see the wind is just, they don't want me to play. The wind is just trying to kill me. Look at that, 33 wind. Where do I even aim this thing? Luckily, this isn't the first time I've dealt with 33 wind, and I kind of understand what to do, so I go 3.5 with very far right, and I put that backspin on it, and it moves pretty close. I actually could have probably even moved a tiny bit more right, and maybe a little bit less power, and I think I would have gotten even closer to the hole, but nonetheless, I've got a birdie opportunity with not necessarily too bad of a shot at getting it. A little bit of a hill in front of me, but if I just aim to the right, I think I can just get it with just about 2 power. Luckily, my putting didn't. My putting moves from that second hole were a little bit better. I think I realized I was blocking it, so I think I was able to move enough out of the way that I was able to get the 2 power I wanted and just sink that baby. So now, I mean, 10 points. That's good. That's a good 10 points right there. Putting us into the lead, going into the final hole. It's really nice. I've got a little bit of a cushion too. And I'm just looking to get a good score on the last hole, and hopefully this wins me the hole. So I'm heading to the final. We get on to a hole that I actually kind of like, because the corner is kind of fun to just like cut. Like, you can go super far sometimes with it. You know, it's all a little bit wind dependent, but it is fun to just like blast it across this water. And I see this little right to left wind, but it's very little, so I'm like, oh, okay, I should just be able to go full power a little bit more right than I want to, and just get it really far down the fairway. So I do exactly that. I hit it right, and just trying to get through the trees. I was actually a little bit nervous because I was like, uh-oh, am I not going to make it? But then I made it. Then I'm kind of stuck behind this tree. But luckily, I'm far enough right, and the hole is, my angle's good enough to where I can go under this tree and just hit a close shot if I can get it. So I know it's going to be about like 2 to 2.5 power. Nothing too crazy. We're just trying to get over this sand. And I hit it a little bit harder than I wanted to, and I kind of go flying. Almost hit the hole there, and I really wish I had, because I think it would have maybe dropped in from hitting the flag. But nonetheless, I am confident in my chipping, so I know kind of where to go. I've got a little bit of a wind that's maybe going to push me a little bit farther. So I kind of know I want about 1 to 1.5 power. And then just on that right side, because that slope is pushing me left. This is for a chip-in eagle. Chip-in eagle here. And I absolutely nail it. Just an amazing chip-in eagle there. And, 14 points. I'm pretty sure that's going to win me today's match. In the first game, I think I'm going to get a W. And look at that. A W indeed. A W indeed it is. But I think if here comes our thing. Look at that. Look at how much rank I lost from an accidental disconnection. I don't even know what happened, but disconnected. Luckily I get the win here, and it does give me enough rank to get to A28. So we are moving up. We're getting closer and closer to that glorious, glorious S rank. So, as we hop into the second game, I'm still pretty happy about that win and getting to that A28. Now I'm just hoping I can build on that a little bit at least, and hopefully I don't do bad to where I go back down. But, I feel a little bit confident in my ability right now. So anyways, we get in this first hole, and man, that's some wind again. They're just giving us all the wind possible, apparently. 31 wind. Luckily, it's a very straight hole, so you just aim left and it goes right, and it's good. But the second shot's a little bit more difficult, I would say, right? Because it's not going as far, so it's not going to go as far, right? So how far do you aim left? And do you add backspin? Or do you not add backspin? These are the questions I was asking myself as I prepared this shot. But, I just aim kind of at the edge of the green. Go about 3 power with I think I was trying to put backspin. I think I really wanted to put backspin on it, but unfortunately I didn't stop it in time, I guess, so it did a full swing and I ended up a little bit off. So, not off to a great start, because I think the backspin would have put me really close, maybe even in the hole if it was good enough. I don't know, it was kind of already past it, but either way, again, we get a little bit of a putting opportunity here, and my putts the second game were a little bit better than the first game. But the shots weren't maybe as accurate, but I'm going to putt off the green here, and I don't even get close. So never mind, the putts were absolute garbage. So I'm already putting myself in a hole, getting a par on one of the easiest holes out there. And then I realized afterwards, I was like, oh man, maybe I should have chipped it. But I was a little bit worried about the wind also. I was like, the wind might push me too far. I might get even into a worse spot. So I just tried to go a little bit more power on that putt. But, 7 points is 7 points. I'm not in the chopping block yet. So hopefully we can just get a little bit more focused and hit some better shots in the second hole. Here's our second hole. And I think a lot of people were really just fed up and they just wanted to frickin' be done quick. So we get this shortcut hole, hole 12, par 5. I think a lot of people really wanted to try it. And I had the right position. And I was thinking about it. And I was just kind of sitting there waiting, seeing if other people would hit it first and if they landed up there or not. And then as soon as I saw some out of bounds, I was like, okay, this is most likely they're not making it up there. And so I'm like, I'm just going to take the safe path, I think. I'm just going to go the long route. I know that maybe it's not as good, but I'm going to go ahead and take the long route. I know that I can still get a birdie from this. So I go here, I went a little bit, I maybe could have gone a little bit more left. I hit this tree and luckily I hit the trunk and it pushes me out enough to where I can still get pretty far down the fairway with another driver shot. And I know some people went out of bounds, so I'm a little bit more okay with not going for it because, well, at least with the first one, because I'm like, okay, well, if they got a 10, they went out of bounds. They're already on shot 3. Even if they try again, that's going to be a shot 5. So if they par, I can birdie, and, and if they just go full crazy mode, they might just stroke themselves out, getting out of bounds, out of bounds, out of bounds. Got a lot of wind facing us, and I was like, okay, I think I can get this close. Full power with backspin, I think I'm going to get there. I unfortunately go a tiny bit right, and a little farther than I think I wanted it to, but nonetheless, I'm still on the green, basically on the green. And I don't mind this one. This one's a little bit more simple. I think I choose to putt this. Just checking the green and trying to read it without being able to see that low direction's a little bit annoying, but I know it's a little bit over 1, closer to 2, and bang. I get it in. Well, birdie. Nice 10 points. Stacking it up. Stacking up the 10 points. So we get those 10 points, and I'm just like wondering what the leaderboard looks like, as I know some people didn't get any points and some people were out of bounds. But it looks like I was able to move a little bit up, get into that 3rd place. I am a little bit behind, but maybe I can come back from that. And even if I can't, if I could just keep this and get to the final, I can still get some extra points. And here we go, we get hole 1. Which I'm like, really? We just got like 2 of the easiest holes, the ones that are literally just straight. But, they can't just have it easy. They gotta give you wind. So look, 22 wind. It's just like, they just want the easy holes to be hard. 22 wind. But I just go straight down the fairway. Wind pushes me back a little bit, so obviously not getting as far, but still a pretty good shot. Leading to this second shot. Just trying to get it closer than I did the first time. Maybe I can get it in, I'm looking at this, I'm like, it looks tasty. No left to rightness means I can kind of just go straight at it and, go for it. But unfortunately, I thought the wind was going to do, I think I thought the wind was going to do more to my ball, so I was going full power without any backspin. But I should have gone with some backspin. Okay. I'm just really struggling with this going straight right now. So I go a tiny bit under full power with no backspin. But I think if I had done backspin, it would have been perfect. I literally almost dunked it though, and I was like, oh my gosh, that would have been crazy. But I think if I had the backspin, I think I would have made it anyways. So anyways, here we are. We're chipping again. And I want to chip this in or get it really close because I want to keep that lead. So just trying to find the right angle. Luckily I do, and I chip it in. So, that's a couple chip-ins today. That's already 3 chip-ins, I think. So I was feeling my chip-ins. They were feeling juicy. They were feeling like juicy chip-ins. But yeah, 10 points, man. Another 10 points. I don't think, 10 points are 10 points. So, that's as good as you can get almost. And 10 points is going to keep me up in this semifinal. Still behind, but nonetheless, it's good. 10 points is 10 points and keeps me in the final. Well, it keeps me closer to the final. And luckily that means I won't lose my rank. And even if I don't win, I can still gain some rank, not as much as if I did win. But, luckily, I won't lose rank if I make the final. So here we go, we get this par 3. I really like this hole because it's just so much fun to just you barely hit it and it's it goes flying, especially with this wind. It's bro, the wind on these were crazy. 31 wind. I'm like, bro, who's dealing with this wind? So I club down, and then I go full power here, and I get really close. I think if I had just moved a little bit right, I could have been in the hole. I got to like 5 feet right there, which was really nice. I was like, go! I could have gone right, and it could have been perfect. But nonetheless, a very easy birdie shot, and I'm like, okay, no one holding wand, so I'm gonna make it to the final. I was pretty happy about that. You know, it may not be a big W, but it is a small W. And a small W is still a W. Remember that, guys. A W is still a W, no matter how big or small the W is. So yeah, we get our 10 points. We don't catch anyone. Unfortunately, we're still, they both birdied, and you know, but we're in the final. So points are points. W's are W's. So now we go to these finals, and I'm like, okay, so maybe I can like hole out eagle to try and win, and then we get this hole, and I'm like, this might be tough. The hole is in a terrible spot, so I gotta either somehow get a ton of backspin on it, or somehow get it to just fall off the edge on the second shot to like hole out for eagle and possibly win. If they par, I can eagle and tie and go to a closest to the hole, which I'm not amazing at, but you know, and I hit this first shot and I'm like, okay, it looks good. Unfortunately, the wind was a little bit more to the right than I expected, and I end up in this rough, which I'm like, oh, that's annoying, because that limits my options a lot more. It limits what I can do. I could red bar a lot easier, and I've got to maybe hit something with way more power than I want to right now. So I'm trying to decide between, is this 3-iron going to make it, or do I have to go to a spoon? And I end up deciding that I gotta go. I think I just gotta go with the spoon, because I don't know if the 3-iron's gonna make it. I really wish I hadn't landed in this rough. I think I would have had a better chance, but nonetheless, I'm still trying to do the best I can. But I overestimate how far this goes, and it just goes way too far. I mean, it falls off a little bit, so luckily I can just kind of maybe push it through, get a birdie, see what happens, but no, it's not going to be easy, and this is my putting woes come back. I'm trying to go 3 power here, because I know that it's going to go down, and then it's got to go up, and I'm trying to just get around 3 power, and I'm like, oh, I got it, and then 2. And I'm like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. I literally just hit 3. I did the exact same swing, and I got a 2. Someone's out to get me on these greens. These greens are killing me. And I just kind of blast it up in there, and I get a par. You know. But, again, a W is a W. I still make it to the finals. I get 3rd place. Because these guys were they were just really good. I don't remember what their ranks were, but man, they were good. So anyways, guys, I just want to thank you all for watching. I hope that this video is fun for you to watch. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. To S rank we go. The glorious, glorious S rank.